Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates.
Hello, I'm your host Arshad Sharif. A data leak containing at least 100 files and 8 gigabit of data has been posted on the internet. The data, according to the hackers, contains files and conversations of the Prime Minister of Pakistan, his cabinet ministers and security officials. According to the hackers, the first post which appeared on the internet, this data was first posted on August the 20th, and August the 27th. At least 3 samples were made public to give some of the bidders an idea as to what these audio files contain. At least 3 audio files have been shared massively on the social media in Pakistan and across the world, and is now the topic of conversations on mainstream Pakistani news channels. According to the post which had been put out on September 3rd, 2022 by the hacker, it says important and complete conversations of Prime Minister of Pakistan with all high profile people, including those who are influential and not in power. Samples speak of what all is available to the highest bidder. Important details in the data will only be given to the highest bidder after all delivery details will be finalized. Total size 8 GB, total files 100 plus, and then 3 samples of audio files have been posted on this post. The government of Pakistan is already making efforts to get these files removed, and in the next few hours they might be removed. But it's an important question, a question which is being termed as a cyber attack and a question of national security of Pakistan, a breach of the national security of Pakistan, that the most secure place, the Prime Minister's office, the conversations taking place there have been recorded, and some of them have been posted on the internet. Questions are being asked as to who has access to the Prime Minister's office, the Prime Minister house, and who could have had the ability to record these conversations. Already there are demands for an investigation into this massive data leak which contains important conversations. According to the information posted by the hackers, this conversation includes audio files of the ex-Prime Minister Imran Khan, and the incumbent Prime Minister, Mr. Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif. The ex-Prime Minister Imran Khan was removed from office on 9th April. So it can be deducted from this information posted by the hackers that these audio files also pertain to the era before 9th April. How far back it goes, that is not clear. But it also raises an important question, that does it contain conversations of the Chief of the Army Staff in the National Security Committee meetings which are held, the Chief of the Army Staff with the Prime Minister of Pakistan, the conversations which are held by the foreign dignitaries with officials of Pakistan, with the Prime Minister of Pakistan. The 3 files which have been posted on the internet contain details in which the Prime Minister is allegedly talking to his principal secretary, Dr. Tawqir Shah, about import of machinery from India for son-in-law of Maryam Nawaz, who is niece of the Prime Minister and is also the daughter of ex-Prime Minister. The opposition is already alleging that Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has breached his oath of office, which clearly stipulates that the Prime Minister will not take any decisions or use his official capacity for his personal gains or his personal interest. And in these alleged audios, he is clearly seen directing his principal secretary to talk to his niece Maryam Nawaz and tell her as to what can be done about the import of this machinery. And the conversations already talk about that some of this machinery has already been imported into Pakistan, though it has been imported illegally, because the government of Pakistan in the cabinet decisions and the National Security Committee meetings had decided that no trade with India will take place unless the decisions of August 5, 2019 taken by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi about occupied Kashmir are reversed, about changing the status of occupied Kashmir are reversed by India. In the recent past, the government of Shehbaz Sharif has been talking about improving relations with India, and in a public rally in the town of Karak, former Prime Minister Imran Khan heavily criticized the incumbent government and said that they are using their offices for personal gains and not for the interests of Pakistan. The files also contain conversations between the cabinet ministers of Pakistan in a meeting which was attended by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. And in this alleged audio leak, the cabinet ministers, including the law minister and the interior minister and others, and including the Prime Minister, are heard talking about accepting the resignations of opposition Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf leaders. This case is already sub judice in the Supreme Court of Pakistan, and the lawyers of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf are already saying that they would place this audio file on the record of the Supreme Court of Pakistan as to how this decision was taken, and it was politically damaged Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf in violation of the rules. and the Speaker of the National Assembly of Pakistan, Mr. Raja Parvez Ashraf, did not act independently in taking this decision. Rather, it was the decision of the Speaker of the National Assembly was influenced by the conversations which have been leaked in the audio. In the other conversations which have been leaked on the internet, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is heard talking to his niece Maryam Nawaz and criticizing the incumbent Finance Minister Dr. Miftah Ismail, who is not a relative of the Sharif family, and about talking of bringing back their own relative, Mr. Ishaq Dar, as the Finance Minister. What can be deduced from these conversations in these alleged audios is that the conversation about bringing back the relative Ishaq Dar as Finance Minister took place at least before August the 20th. And now it has been confirmed. A lot of ministers are saying that Mr. Ishaq Dar might be coming back on Wednesday. Mr. Ishaq Dar, while talking to the media in London, also said that he has booked his seats to come back to Pakistan and take charge as the Finance Minister. The Prime Minister and his niece are seen talking about and criticizing the Finance Minister and appreciating Mr. Ishaq Dar, who is their relative, as to how he could have controlled the slide of Pakistani rupee against the dollar. They can also be heard talking about other things, including statement made by the spokesperson of Pakistan's military, the Director General of Inter Services Public Relations, when he appeared in a program on Dunya News Television and talking to anchor Kamran Khan about facilitating the former military ruler General Pervez Musharraf to come back to Pakistan. And in this leaked audio conversation, Maryam Nawaz is seen telling the incumbent Prime Minister that she has talked to her father and he has agreed to put out a tweet saying that on humanitarian basis Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz would not oppose this decision and it would make them look good. She also talks about building the image of the incumbent Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. The leaks have raised many questions as to who could be behind the leaks. In the case of Pakistan, the human rights activists, the politicians and journalists are subjected to eavesdropping by the intelligence agencies of Pakistan. In some of these cases have landed in the courts of Pakistan. In the recent past, a conversation between former Finance Minister Shaukat Tareen and a Finance Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government, the provincial government in the province, they were leaked, and the former Finance Minister was already called by the Federal Investigation Agency to tell as to why they were trying to sabotage the deal with the International Monetary Fund. However, no investigations were ordered by this government as to who recorded these conversations and who put out these conversations. The former advisor on accountability to former Prime Minister Imran Khan has put out certain tweets today after the massive leaks. And in these tweets, Barrister Shahzad Akbar has said that having insight into such matters and spoken with my sources, my thoughts on audio leak. First, it's not a hack into system, and hacker and dark web seems cover story. Our systems are based on analog and not digital. In fact, that is one way of Pakistan's cyber security. It is definitely an insider job. Timing is important as it is just before crucial appointment. Target seems clearly to influence the decision, which way though only time will tell. It's also targeting undermining Intelligence Bureau capacity as Prime Minister's Office Security and Sweeps domain of Intelligence Bureau. Perhaps other agency wants its hand on Prime Minister Office Security. Threat of more such audio sounds like people behind want negotiations, and it is not about money. There has been a series of leaks featuring Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf leadership mainly, but not a single one of Pakistan People's Party. Why is that? It also seems someone is zeroing in on Shehbaz, who is considered a weak decision maker. There will be more on this in coming days as something is cooking in Islamabad. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan in a public rally today also mentioned these leaks. As to how this issue develops, whether investigations are ordered by the government and who is appointed to probe this will be an important question. This story will have reverberations on the political scene of Pakistan in the days and weeks to come. Thank you for watching this report.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates.